Hi, my name is Eric Johnson. I wanted to talk to you briefly about after growing up in the military with my family, why I made the choice to join the military myself and have, for the majority of my adult working life, spent it either in the military or around the military. It was 1994, and I was playing high school football. I was a defensive end, and I was trying to get good. I was trying to get good. I was really trying to get good. I grown up in Japan, and I came back to the States when I started high school. And so a lot of my friends that were playing football, they had been playing football for, since they were in, Pee Wee leagues or middle school. And, I was trying to compete with them. They knew the plays. And I mean, I was really trying to get good. So we had just finished school, and I was walking to the football stadium, and my buddy came out, and it was like we had the stadium, but then inside of the stadium where you would see like the VIP rooms and the like concession stands, like you would think if you go to like a major sports stadium, like kind of inside. So you have the stadiums like inside of the stadium. That's where ROTC was, and I was also in ROTC. So I was walking over to the stadium, and my buddy came walking back. He was in football, and he was also in ROTC. And so I thought he was coming back, you know, practice or training, and he had this poster in his hand. It was rolled up, and I was like, his name is Kurte. I said, Kurte, man, let me see that. What is that, man? Let me see that. He unrolled it, and it was a picture of a United States Marine. I said, man, what is that, dog? He was like, oh yeah, the Marine recruiter is down there, and he's handing these out. Oh man, dude, I ran down there so fast, and I was like, hey, can I get one of those posters? Can I get one of those posters? And he handed me one. 4 days after I graduated from high school, I was at San Diego MCRD, Marine Corps Recruit Training Depot, San Diego, California, getting barked at by Drill Sergeant Jackson. it happened. It happened like that. See, growing up military, I had this sense of like country and commitment and service to country. I mean, you can't be in the military around a military family and not get that sense. I mean, you got to really be on the fringes to not be exposed to what we in the Marines call esprit de corps, the spirit of the military, the spirit of the corps. My dad was upset because he was Air Force, and I chose to join the United States. So there was a bit of an issue with that, but I chose to join the United States. I'd grown up in Japan, and as soon as I joined the Marines, finished boot camp, got my duty station, we got transferred right back to Japan, where I had grown up. It was it was a really amazing experience because once I got back over there to Japan, we were walking around and I was with my friends, and it didn't even occur to me. I mean, I knew I'd grown up there. I knew that, you know, I grew up in Okinawa where we were at, but it didn't dawn on me how valuable that experience was. And one day, I was with some of my friends, and someone said, like, "How much is this?" Or, "What time is it?" And I was like, "Well, like, kore wa ikuru ka?" And I just said it. I didn't think about it. They were like, "Hey, how much is this? What time is it?" I would just say stuff. Ima nanji desu ka? And I would just say the stuff. And then my friends started asking me, they were like, Johnson, how you speak Japanese? And I was like, oh, I grew up here. You see, we had a military family from the time that I was in the third grade. And being around people of different cultures, having different experiences, and being able to acclimate quickly and learn about those cultures, that was something that I had grown up doing. And so when I went back to the place that I learned that, I mean, it was a breeze for me being over there, being exposed to foreign culture, which for me actually wasn't a foreign culture. And I continue that through my education and professional career. Even as a student at Prairie View A&M University, who you rooting for? At Prairie View A&M University, I was able to go to the Dominican Republic and intern for the Pan American Health Organization in the Dominican Republic researching resistant tuberculosis. I went to the Dominican Republic. I was there for 2 months, and in the first month, I learned to speak Spanish. I mean, I got there, I started asking questions, I started writing notes, and I learned to speak Spanish in the first month. Then the second month, everything that I needed a translator for, someone to help me with, I no longer needed a translator because I could speak Spanish. After the first month, I could speak Spanish. I think that growing up, again, with a military family, being exposed and 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 not having that fear that sometimes people have when they're exposed to foreign cultures, not having that, it opens up a world of understanding. It opens up a world of understanding. Recently, I went and took a job working for the Department of Defense. My area of operation was Afghanistan. My theater of operation was Afghanistan. And while over there, I continued to travel, spend time in Dubai and Abu Dhabi and Egypt, Africa. I continued to travel, and as a result of that, I met my wife over there. My wife is from Ethiopia. Two of my three kids were born in Ethiopia. I mean, it's no longer an issue for me to live abroad, to live with different people, different cultures, experience different ideas and religions and schools of thought and social practices. They're all different across the world. And I think that growing up in a military life and being constantly around the military has really opened the door and opened the eyes of my mind into understanding that we're really all family. And there's nothing wrong with people doing things differently on the other side of the world when y'all do stuff differently from your neighbors across the street. I mean, everyone does stuff differently. It's just I think when those things are discussed through the eyes, the mindset of people that may be bigots, that they seem like they're so far apart and they're so different when they're really not. So I hope this was a brief explanation of what it was like transitioning from being a what we call a DOD dependent, being a military child, or some people call a military brat, into being in the military, and then continuing that life of living abroad and experiencing this wonderful world that we have. You guys take care. It was nice speaking to you.